Remembrance Day ceremony took place at Vancouver's Victory Square to remember those who fought for our freedom. Thousands of people gathered around the cenotaph on Cambie and Pender for the 99th annual Remembrance Day service to honor those who fought in the numerous wars Canada has participated in. The crowds filled the park and the surrounding streets to listen to stories of sacrifices made, such as those by peacekeepers in the Balkan War.
Young Canadians felt the hellish rain of mortar, artillery, and machine gun fire for several days until a ceasefire arrangement was agreed. It was the longest battle fought by Canadian troops since the Korean War.
And on the 11th hour, there was a moment of silence, as well as a fly-past by the Royal Canadian Air Force. The Vancouver Bach Family Choir graced the crowd with one of the most iconic Canadian poems, In Flanders Fields. James Stanton, who emceed this year's event, says on this day he likes to remember his father.
Initially, my mother was told he was dead, then found out that he was a prisoner of war, and like so many of those young men, came home, left the military as if that was just something he had done and now moved forward.
The parade march took off, led by the Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services Guard and Band, followed by Army, Naval, and Air Force veterans. 100-year-old Percy Smith is one of the oldest naval veterans in Canada. He had the honor of laying down the white rose, a symbol of peace. He says wars hurt a lot of people.
It's about the civilians who were unnecessarily killed, thousands and thousands of them. But it's like happening now in Gaza. The destruction to cities and homes and countries. Those are the appalling things about war, you know.
Towards the end of the ceremony, the public was invited to lay their poppy at the Victory Square cenotaph. City News asked those here what Remembrance Day means to them.
They take the opportunity to think of somebody else before themselves, and that's, to me, what it means to be a veteran.
Without our armed forces, we wouldn't have freedom.
To remember the people who have fought for our country and to just solemnly reflect on what it means to be in a free country.
What I'm pleased with today is to see how many youth were here. Many, many young people came up to me afterwards and said, "Thank you so much. You gave us real insights into Canada's history that we didn't know anything about."
In Vancouver, Angela Bauer, City News.